Despite his trust, my wife cheated and broke our sacred vows in another man's arms. Take the divorce papers and release me from this pain, I told her. Be me, 31-year-old Robert. Living in Tampa for past few years. Software architect at major tech company. Making enough to live very comfortably. Great house, nice car. Seemingly perfect life. Married to Isabel, thought everything was good. Getting home late one evening. Smell of burnt toast hits me as soon as I open the door. Not just a faint smell. The kind that makes your throat burn. Weird because Isabel never cooks when I work late. She hates eating alone. Keys jingling in my hand as I walk into the kitchen. Expect to find her there. Maybe with some half-assed apology about forgetting bread and toaster. Kitchen is empty. Find note stuck to fridge with magnet. Her handwriting looks rushed and sharp. Gone to clear my head? Don't wait up, Isabel. What the actual fuck? Not like her at all. Sure, she can be dramatic, but she never just disappears. Usually sends like 100 messages guilt-tripping me into chasing her. Why would she need to clear her head? Haven't argued in weeks, which is rare for us. House feels wrong. Too quiet. Too empty. Crumple the note in frustration. Toss it on counter. Notice the burnt toast sitting there. 2 pieces. One has single bite taken out. Edge of bread has something red on it. Think it's jam at first. Touch it absent-mindedly. Try to wash it off in sink. Doesn't come off easily? Definitely not jam. Feel unease creeping up my spine. Grab a craft beer from fridge. Sink into couch. Try to shake off weird feeling about house. TV droning in background. Can't focus. Mind keeps going back to Isabel's note. Why leave without calling? Why make toast if not going to eat it? Why the fuck is there blood on counter? Doorbell suddenly rings. Clock shows 9:15 p.m. Who the hell shows up this late? Open door. Delivery guy standing there, holding massive bouquet of red roses. Robert Wilson, he asks, looking bored and irritated. Yeah, that's me. Guy holds out clipboard. Sign here. Scribble my name, confused as hell. Not the type to buy flowers. Even on Isabel's birthday, she has to remind me. Check delivery slip for answers. No sender name, just a note tucked inside. You don't deserve her, but thanks for keeping her entertained. Signed by someone named Andrew. Hand clenches around note, brain scrambling to process. Who the fuck is Andrew? What kind of psycho sends flowers to rub it in? Storm back inside, adrenaline pumping through veins. Isabel's car not in driveway. Her phone not on counter. Calls going straight to voicemail. House's silence feels different now, like it's mocking me. Notice second note, barely visible under stack of unopened mail on dining table. Handwriting isn't Isabel's. Too neat, too precise. She won't tell you the truth, but I will. Air feels electric. Pulse hammering in ears. Grab note searching for more clues. Nothing else there. Just that one cryptic message. Don't know what I'm about to uncover. But one thing's certain. Tonight everything changes. Sit at table, cryptic note clutched in hand. Staring at it like it might burst into flames. Take my sanity with it. Weight of its meaning undeniable. Someone else knows something I don't. They want me to find out. Stomach churning. Calm down, Robert, muttered to myself. No use. Everything piling up. The stillness. Burnt toast. Missing car. All screaming danger in my head. Grab phone. Dial Isabel's number again. Straight to voicemail. Try to sound calm in message. Isabel, call me. Where are you? We need to talk. End call. Eyes drawn back to table. Rifle through stack of mail. The one under which note was hidden. Looking for any clue. Find an envelope. Not addressed to either of us. Just blank white envelope. Sealed with lipstick smudge. Tear it open with shaking hands. Pull out single photograph. Isabel at dimly lit restaurant. Don't recognize the place. She's got that head tilt. The one she does when pretending to be interested. Man sitting across from her. Don't know him. His hand resting on hers. Date and time printed in corner. Last Thursday, 8:43 p.m. Night she said she was with her friend Megan. Chest tightens looking at picture. Mind replaying every detail from that night. How she came home late. Smelling like wine. Vague story about Megan's relationship problems. How she rushed to shower before I could hug her. Feel sick to stomach. First instinct is to drive to Megan's place. But something stops me. Megan is Isabel's best friend. She'd cover for her no matter what. Confronting her would be pointless. Need to know the truth first. Look at note again. She won't tell you the truth, but I will. Check delivery slip from Roses. Squint at barely legible scrawl. Delivery address is there. Luxury apartment complex across town. Don't think twice. Grab keys. Head outdoor. Thoughts racing faster than heart. Drive feels like a blur. Mind running through every scenario. Maybe it's all misunderstanding. Maybe note and photo are cruel joke. Deep down already know though. How Isabel's been pulling away. Late nights, sudden defensiveness about her phone. All makes sense now. Arrive at apartment complex. Sit in car staring at dimly lit entrance. No plan. No idea what I'm walking into. Can't go back without answers. Find apartment from delivery slip. #3C. Stand at door. Knuckles hover hesitantly. Finally knock. Door creaks open. Guy stands there. Mid-30s. Fit. Has this cocky smirk? Screams trouble. Can I help you? He asks. Leaning casually against doorframe. Don't need to ask. Know instantly who he is. Andrew? Asks coldly. His smirk widens. Ah, you must be Robert. Heard so much about you. Clench fists. Jaw tightening. Where is she? Andrew raises eyebrow. Clearly amused by my anger. Isabel? Oh, she's not here right now. But don't worry. I'm sure she'll call you eventually. Smugness in his tone makes blood boil. Step closer. Barely restraining myself. You think this is funny? Andrew shrugs. Smirk never leaving his face. Not funny, no. But definitely not my fault you couldn't keep her attention. That does it. Restraint snaps. Grab him by shirt. Shove him back into apartment. Slam door behind us. You think you can just start saying? He cuts me off laughing. Relax, man. You should be thanking me. Do you even know what she's been up to? His words hang in air. Chill me to bone. Let him go. Step back. Fists still clenched. Talk, demand. Andrew straightens his shirt. Clearly enjoying my anger. Oh, I'll talk, but you're not going to like it. Cross his arms. Leans against back of his couch. Like he has all time in world. Smirk gone now. Replaced by something darker. Like he's been waiting for this moment. Sit down, he says. Motions to chair and corner. Not sitting anywhere. Say what you need to say. Or I'm walking out. Straight to the cops. His laugh sharp. Like blade against stone. The cops for what? Having a few dinners with your wife? Grow up, man. Take step toward him. He raises hands in mock surrender. Okay, relax. You want the truth? Fine, I'll give you the truth. Andrew pulls phone from pocket. Swipes through messages. Turns screen toward me. Freeze in place. There she is, Isabel. Face unmistakable in stream of selfies they've exchanged. Some innocent enough. Her sipping wine. Smiling in sunlight. Others not so much. You're full of it, growl. Voice wavers despite trying to stay strong. Andrew shakes head. Keep telling yourself that. But Isabel and I have been seeing each other for months, Robert. She came to me, not the other way around. Stare at screen. Can't look away. Messages there too. Her words hit like punch to gut. I can't stand him sometimes. He doesn't get me like you do. You're the only one who makes me feel alive. She's lying, say quietly. Voice barely above whisper. She'd never say that. Andrew scoffs. You think I'd fake all this for what? Look, man, I'm not trying to ruin your life. She was miserable and I was convenient. But don't kid yourself. This wasn't some accident. Want to hit him? Want to scream. All I can do is stand there, staring at messages, her smiling face mocking me from screen. Why are you telling me this? Finally ask. Throat tight. Andrew shrugs. Because she's not worth it. She's playing both of us. Comes to me, tells me how terrible you are. Then goes back to you like nothing happened. It's pathetic. I'm done being her dirty little secret. His words sting. Force myself to focus. If you're so done, why send me the roses? Why the note? You could have just walked away. Andrew smirks again. Doesn't reach his eyes. Maybe I wanted you to see her for what she really is. Or maybe I just wanted to watch the fireworks. Either way, you're here now. Turn away. Try to process everything. World feels like it's crumbling. Each word hammering another nail in coffin of my marriage. She'll deny it, mutter. More to myself than him. Andrew laughs again. Bitter sound. Of course she will. But deep down you already know the truth. Why else would you be here? Don't answer. Can't answer. Tension in room suffocating. Andrew steps closer. Lowers voice. One last thing. Check the hotel receipts. She's got a thing for the Hilton downtown. Room 403. Turn to face him. Heart pounding. How do you? She doesn't delete her emails, interrupts. Grin returning. Guess she thinks she's too smart for that. Don't bother responding. Storm out of apartment. Slam door behind me. Mind racing as I get back to car. Andrew's words echoing in head. The Hilton, room 403. If he's lying, I'll know soon enough. If he's not, start the engine. Grip wheel so tight, knuckles turn white. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Drive to Hilton feels like lifetime. Grip on steering wheel ironclad. Thoughts are mess of anger, disbelief, and betrayal. Andrew's smug grin keeps flashing in mind. Feeding my rage. His confidence wasn't the kind you fake. He knows something. Rain starts coming down. The heavy kind. Makes streets shine under streetlights. Matches storm brewing inside me. Pull into hotel parking lot. Soaking in cold determination. Step into lobby. Scan the room. Quiet except for receptionist. She's typing lazily at desk. Shoes squeak on marble floor as I approach. Good evening, she says warmly. How can I help you? Lean on counter. Try to keep voice steady. Hi, I'm supposed to meet someone in room 403, but I forgot the room key. Can you help me out? Her polite smile falters. I'm sorry, sir, for security reasons I can't. It's my wife. Cut her off. Isabel Wilson. Look, I just need to know if she's checked in. Please. Her expression softens. Still hesitates, though. I can't give out guest information, but if you'd like to leave a message. Slam hand on counter. Frustration boiling over. This is important. Just tell me if she's here. Woman recoils slightly. Her professionalism slipping. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to calm down or... It's fine, Dana. Voice interrupts. Turn to see security guard walking toward us. Arms crossed. Looks me up and down. Clearly sizing me up. Can I help you? He asks. Swallow hard. Try to rein in anger. My wife is cheating on me. Think she's in room 403. Not here to cause trouble. Just need to know the truth. Guard raises eyebrow. Glances at receptionist. She seems unsure what to do. After tense moment, he sighs. Let me take a look. Walks behind counter. Taps on computer. Hold breath. Every second feels like eternity. Finally looks up at me. Someone checked into 403 earlier today. Under the name Isabel Moore. Moore, her maiden name. Stomach drops. Is she still here? Voice barely above whisper. Guard hesitates, then nods. Looks like it, but if you're planning to go up there, you need to keep it civil, or we'll call the cops. Don't respond. Already heading for elevator. Right up to 4th floor, agonizingly slow. Heart pounds harder with every floor. Pulses drumbeat in ears. By time doors open. Feel like I might explode. Room 403 at end of hall. Approach it. Every step heavier than last. Air thick. Suffocating. Hand hovers over door. Shaking. Want to burst in. Demand answers. Something stops me. What if I'm wrong? What if this is horrible misunderstanding? Press ear to door. Strain to hear anything. First only silence. Then faintly hear voices. Isabel's voice. And a man's. Every doubt. Every hope I'd clung to. Shatters in that moment. Knock hard on door. Voices stop. Isabel, shouting. Voice trembling with rage. Open the door! For a moment there's only silence. Then hear hurried footsteps. Hushed whispers. Door creaks open slightly. There she is. Isabel. Hair messy. Face flushed. Wearing nothing but hotel robe. Her eyes widen seeing me. Panic flashes across her face. Robert, what are you doing here? Shove door open. Step inside. Room reeks of perfume and cheap cologne. Bed is unmade. Sheets a tangled mess. And standing by window, looking smug as ever, is Andrew. Well, this is awkward, he says. Grinning like he just won lottery. Isabel steps in front of me. Hands raised defensively. Rob, I can explain. Explain? Cut her off. Voice shaking with fury. Explain what? That you've been lying to me for months? That you're screwing him behind my back? It's not what it looks like, she says quickly. Words tumbling over each other. Andrew's he's just a friend. A friend? Laugh bitterly. Sound harsh and hollow. You expect me to believe that? Andrew clearly enjoying chaos. Leans against wall, watching us like we're his personal entertainment. Isabel, say, voice low and cold. You betrayed me, shattered my trust. So just sign the papers and let me walk away. Her eyes widen. For a moment looks genuinely afraid. Then like flipping switch, her expression hardens. Papers? She spits. You think you're just going to walk away? Leave me with nothing? After everything I've put up with from you? Stare at her, stunned by sheer audacity. Everything you've put up with? Repeat. You're the one cheating, Isabel. You're the one who... She laughs. Cruel, mocking sound. Oh, spare me the righteous act, Robert. Maybe if you'd paid more attention to me, I wouldn't have had to find someone else. Her words hit like slap to face, hands trembling at sides. Every fiber of being screaming. Get out before doing something regrettable. Without another word. Turn and walk outdoor. Her voice still echoing behind me. Don't think this is over, Robert, she shouts. Elevator ride down is suffocating. Reflection in mirrored walls stares back. Eyes hollow, jaw clenched. The anger, the humiliation, the crushing betrayal. All churning inside me. Hurricane I can't contain. Isabel's words play on loop in head. Maybe if you'd paid more attention to me. Grit teeth. Fists balling up so tight knuckles turn white. How dare she twist this? How dare she make her infidelity my fault? Elevator dings. Step into lobby. Cool air slaps against burning face. Don't go to car. Not yet. Need to clear head. Sitting alone in driver's seat feels unbearable. Instead, walk out into rain. Let it soak through clothes. Like it could wash away mess my life has become. Pace sidewalk outside Hilton. Thought begins to form. Sharp, Cold and inevitable. Isabel isn't just lying. She's deflecting, manipulating, setting up her narrative, making herself the victim. If don't act fast, she'll twist everything. Before I even have chance to breathe, pull out phone, open messaging app, start typing furiously. Megan, we need to talk now. Don't cover for Isabel. I already know everything. Hit send. Immediately dial her number. Goes to voicemail. Figures. Megan probably already prepped whatever excuse Isabel cooked up. Turn to next move. Evidence. Andrew's smug face flashes in mind. Realize he might still have receipts. Literally. As much as hate him. He said one thing that rang true. She's not worth it. Not just walking away. Burning it all down. Dial Andrew's number. Thankfully, it's on delivery slip from Rose's. Phone rings twice before he picks up. Well, this is surprise, he says, tone dripping with amusement. Miss me already? Cut the crap, Andrew. Snap. You said you were done with her. Prove it. Pause on other end of line. When he speaks again, voice more serious. What do you want? Everything. Every message, every photo, every receipt you've got. And if she's been staying at hotels, need proof. If she's been saying anything about me, anything, need that too. Andrew laughs, though colder this time. Why should I help you? Because you said it yourself. She's not worth it. And if she's screwing me over, you know damn well she's screwing you over too. Do you really want to be her backup plan? When this all blows up, long silence, broken only by sound of rain pattering on hood. Fine, he says at last, but this stays between us. Don't need her coming after me when she finds out. Deal, say quickly. Meet me tomorrow, he adds. Coffee shop on 5th, 10 a.m., agree and hang up. Heart pounding. Andrew's cooperation was long shot, but need every edge can get. Isabel won't go down without fight. Not about to let her walk all over me. Rain begins to let up. Get into car. Wipers squealing against glass. Phone buzzes. Glance at screen. It's Megan. What's going on? I don't know what you're talking about. Clenched jaw. Type back. Don't play dumb. Where's Isabel been spending her nights? Typing bubble appears, then disappears, then reappears. Megan. I think you should talk to her. Coward, mutter. Throw phone onto passenger seat. Fury bubbling up again. Megan's loyalty to Isabel unshakable. Wasting time trying to break through it. Need hard evidence, something no one can argue with. Pull into driveway. House looks darker than usual, almost menacing in dim light. Walk inside. Still dripping from rain. Note Isabel left earlier still on counter. Crumpled up, mocking me. Grab it, smooth it out. Stare at rushed handwriting. Not just words that strike me. It's carelessness. Way she left it there, assuming wouldn't question her. Assuming would always trust her. That's moment I make decision. If Isabel wants to play dirty, I'll play dirtier. No more hesitating. No more second guessing. Time to take back control of my life. Next morning, arrive at coffee shop on 5th, few minutes early. Place is quiet. Kind of spot where no one pays attention to anyone else's business. Order black coffee. Sit at corner table. Wait. Andrew shows up exactly on time, wearing leather jacket. Same infuriating smirk. Slides into chair across from me. Drops manila envelope onto table. Morning, he says casually. Like we're old friends meeting for brunch. Let's skip small talk, say, push coffee aside. What's in there? Andrew leans back. Folds arms. Proof. Texts, photos, even copy of hotel receipts. Everything you asked for, but before I hand it over, need something from you. Narrow eyes. This isn't negotiation. Oh, it is, Andrew says, smirk widening. See, Isabel's not just messing with your life. She's been screwing with mine too. She told me you were some boring husband who didn't care about her, and I bought it. Turns out she's a manipulative little... Get to point, interrupt. Patience wearing thin, he chuckles. Fine. Point is, I don't want her coming back to me. When this all falls apart, want her out of both our lives? For good. Nod slowly. Agreed. Now give me envelope. Andrew slides it across table. Open it with shaky hands. Contents spill out. Screenshots of text messages. Some sickeningly flirty. Others downright explicit. Photos of Isabel and Andrew together. At Hilton. At bars. Even one of them kissing in parking lot. Receipts are final nail in coffin. Several bookings at same Hilton. All under Isabel's maiden name. Dates match nights she claimed. To be out with Megan. Or working late. Worse than imagined. Andrew watches closely. As sift through evidence, his smirk fading. Stings, doesn't it? He says, tone almost sympathetic. Finding out person you trusted most. Is one stabbing you in back? Don't respond. Hands trembling. As shove evidence back into envelope. I'm going to destroy her, say quietly. Weight of words sinking in as speak them. Andrew raises eyebrow. Good luck. She's not type to go down without fight. But hey, if you need backup, I won't, snap. Stand abruptly. Andrew shrugs, stands as well. Suit yourself. Just make sure you hit her where it hurts. And for what it's worth, Robert, she's not worth your time. Leave without another word. Envelope clutched tightly in hand. Get home. Spread evidence out on dining table. Organize it like case file. Texts, photos, receipts. They paint clear, damning picture. No way Isabel can weasel out of this, but is stare at pile. Another thought creeps into mind. This isn't just about proving she cheated, about protecting myself. Isabel isn't just unfaithful. She's manipulative, cunning, and spiteful. If don't handle this carefully, she'll find way to twist narrative. Make herself victim. Grab laptop. Start typing out detailed timeline of events, cross-referencing evidence with memories. Not leaving anything to chance. Later that evening, Isabel finally comes home. Walks into house like nothing happened. Hair freshly done. Smile bright and fake. Hey, she says casually. Sets purse down on counter. You're home early. Don't respond. Just stand there, arms crossed. Watching her, she frowns, glances at me. What's with face? Did something happen? Yeah, say, voice cold. Something happened. Her eyes dart to table, where deliberately left envelope. Sitting in plain sight, her smile falters. What's that? She asks. Tone cautious. Take step closer. Gaze never leaving hers. That's everything you've been hiding from me. Every lie, every betrayal, every disgusting little secret. Isabel's face goes pale. For a moment looks genuinely scared. Then just as quickly recovers, expression hardening. I don't know what you're talking about, she says. Voice defiant. Snatch envelope off table. Pull out one of photos. Shove it in her face. Really? You don't know what this is? Her eyes widen. Mouth opening and closing. Like fish gasping for air. Robert, Save it, snap. Voice rising. I know about Andrew. I know about Hilton. I know about everything, Isabel. So don't you dare stand there and lie to my face. She hesitates. Eyes darting around room, like searching for escape. Then to my shock, she starts laughing. You really went through all this trouble, she says, shaking head. God, you're pathetic. Excuse me? Say, voice dangerously low. Isabel crosses arms, her defiance growing. You heard me. You're pathetic, Robert. You think this is going to make me feel bad? Newsflash, I don't. Maybe if you weren't so boring, so predictable. This wouldn't have happened. Her words cut deeper than any evidence ever could. You're unbelievable, say, shaking head in disbelief. You betrayed me, shattered my trust, and now you're standing here, acting like it's my fault. Maybe it is, she says with shrug. Maybe you should have tried harder. To keep me happy. Stare at her, anger reaching boiling point. You know what? I'm done. You want to blame me for your mistakes? Fine, but I'm not going to stick around. And play your punching bag. Grab divorce papers. Had prepared them earlier that day. Slam them onto counter in front of her. Sign them, say coldly. And get out of my life. Isabel stares at papers, her confidence faltering for first time. For a moment looks like she might argue. Then she smirks, picking up pen. Fine, have it your way, Robert. But don't think for a second that you're victim here. She signs papers with flourish, tosses pen onto counter, grabs her purse. This house is depressing anyway, she says. Over her shoulder as walks out door. Sound of heels clicking against pavement fades away. Let out long breath. It's over. House eerily silent after Isabel leaves. Echo of door slamming shut. Still vibrating in air. Stand there staring at divorce papers. On counter, her scrolled signature glaring up at me like final insult. It's done. Should feel relief, or closure, or even satisfaction. All feel is heavy emptiness. Kind that pulls at chest, makes breathing feel like chore. My marriage is over, torn apart by lies and betrayal. Though won this battle, can't shake feeling. Lost something far more important. Drag myself to couch. Sit down. Stare blankly at wall. Mind races with thousand thoughts. None of them clear. Try to tell myself it's for best. That Isabel showed her true colors. That I'm better off without her. But even truth feels hollow. Then as if on cue, phone buzzes. Text from Megan. Robert, can we talk? I had no idea what was really going on. Please don't shut me out. Snort bitterly. Irony of her sudden concern isn't lost. For months, Megan was Isabel's partner in crime. Covering for her lies. Feeding me just enough excuses to keep me off scent. But now that truth is out, she wants to play innocent. Type back quickly. Anger spilling into words. Too little, too late. You were her accomplice. Stay out of it. Her reply comes almost immediately. No, I swear I didn't know how bad it was. Isabel told me it was harmless flirting. Nothing more. I didn't realize she was actually... Stop. I don't care. We're done. Silence phone. Toss it onto coffee table. Megan's words don't matter anymore. Nothing Isabel or her circle of enablers have to say would change what happened. But as sit there, something starts to shift inside. Realization cold and sharp. Isabel hasn't just betrayed me. She's humiliated me, dragged my name through mud, then had audacity to act like victim. No, she doesn't get to walk away from this. Without consequences. Next morning, wake up. With sense of clarity. Haven't felt in months. Evidence Andrew gave me. Still sitting on dining table. Neatly organized. Flip through it again. Mind working with possibilities. Isabel built her life on lies. Not going to let her rebuild it on my ruins. First call my lawyer. Got signed divorce papers. Say, voice steady. But need to make sure this goes smoothly. No loopholes. No delays. Understood, she replies. I'll handle it. Do you want to pursue claims for infidelity? Hesitate for a moment before answering. No, just want it over with. But make sure she doesn't get sent more than deserves. Next, turn attention to Isabel's social media. She lives for appearances, curating every post to show off her perfect life. Draft post of my own. Attach one of photos Andrew gave me. Not most explicit one, but damning enough. Robert Wilson. To those of you who've supported Isabel and me over the years, wanted to share some news. Our marriage is over. Unfortunately, it ended due to infidelity. As you can see, I'm moving forward, and I hope Isabel finds whatever she's looking for. Hit post. Watch reactions pour in. Comment? Messages. Texts. They flood phone almost instantly. Friends. Family. Even acquaintances haven't spoken to in years. Reach out with shock, sympathy, in some cases outright disgust. For Isabel's behavior, it isn't petty, it's justice. By midday, Isabel calls, her name flashing on screen. For a moment, debate ignoring it, but curiosity wins out. Answer. What do you want? Ask coldly. What the hell is wrong with you? She snaps, voice shrill. You posted that photo? Are you insane? Just told truth, say. Isn't that what you always wanted? Honesty? You're ruining my life! She screams, laugh bitterly. Oh, now you care about your life? What about mine, Isabel? What about life you ruined? When you decided to sleep with Andrew, did you think I'd just roll over and take it? Her tone shifts. Desperate now. Robert, please, take it down. My parents have seen it. My coworkers. It's everywhere. I'll do whatever you want. Just delete it. Lean back in chair. Savor moment. Too late, Isabel. You made your bed. Now lie in it. She starts to say something else. But hang up. By end of day, fallout is complete. Andrew texts screenshot of his own messages with Isabel, where she begs him to talk to me on her behalf. Andrew told her to kick rocks. She's all yours now, buddy. Delete message without responding. Andrew was part of this mess, but he's her problem now. Stand in kitchen that evening, looking out window at setting sun. Feel something hadn't expected. Peace. Storm is over. Though bruised and battered, still standing. Isabel tried to break me, but all she'd done was set me free. Days that follow are surreal. Chaos Isabel brought into my life begins to fade, leaving behind uneasy calm. Start piecing things back together, clearing out house, focusing on work, leaning on friends who came out of woodwork to support me after my post. But then, just when thought was done with surprises, phone buzzes with email, freezes me in tracks. Subject, urgent, you need to see this. From name don't recognize. Charlotte Carter. Curious but wary, open it. Hi, Robert. You don't know me, but I know Isabel. Was hesitant to reach out, but after seeing your post, thought you deserved to know full story. Isabel didn't just betray you with Andrew. He wasn't only one. She's been lying to more people than you realize. Attached are screenshots from my own experience with her. Hope this helps you find some closure. Best of luck. Charlotte, heart pounding as click attachment. File opens, greeted with series of texts. Between Isabel and someone named Charlotte. Starts innocently enough. Flirty exchanges, compliments, but as scroll, messages grow more intimate. Isabel wasn't just unfaithful with Andrew, had been seeing Charlotte too, under guise of exploring her boundaries. One message from Isabel stands out, like neon sign. Robert doesn't understand me. He never has. But you make me feel alive. Words echo in mind, familiar and sickening, almost identical to what she'd said to Andrew. Sit there for what feels like eternity, staring at screen. Anger thought had burned out, reignites hotter than ever. This isn't just betrayal anymore. It's pattern. Isabel isn't some victim of circumstance. She's calculating liar. Someone who thrives on deception. Forward email to lawyer without hesitation. Add note. Use this. Want it all documented. Then sit back. Try to process what this means. Isabel hasn't just shattered trust. She's obliterated entire foundation of our life together. Woman thought I knew was stranger. Someone who wore masks to manipulate people around her. That evening, Megan calls. Debate letting it go to voicemail. But something tells me to pick up. What? Second tone sharp. I saw the post, she says quietly. And I saw comments. Robert, you need to hear this. Hear what? Snap. Another excuse? Another story about how Isabel didn't mean it? No, Megan says, voice trembling. I'm done covering for her. I know you hate me right now. And you have every right to, but you need to know something. There's pause. Can hear her take shaky breath. She's been lying to me too, for years. She made me believe you were controlling, that you didn't care about her. That's why I covered for her. Thought I was helping her escape bad situation. But it was all lie. Her words hit like punch to gut. Want to hate Megan, to scream at her, for enabling Isabel's behavior, but something raw and genuine in her voice. She's not who we thought she was, Megan continues. And you're not only one she's hurt. What are you saying? Asked. Voice low. I'm saying Isabel's been playing everyone. Me, you, Andrew. Probably more people than we even know. I found messages on her iPad, Robert. She's been juggling this whole web of lies. And now that it's unraveling, she's losing control. Revelation leaves me shaken. Isabel isn't just unfaithful. She's manipulator on scale. Hadn't fully grasped. And for first time realized, this isn't just about ending our marriage. It's about protecting myself from whatever fallout she might cause. That night, draft another email to lawyer, outlining everything Megan told me. Then, for good measure, forward screenshots from Charlotte too. Isabel always prided herself on being in control, but now tables have turned. She spent years building her web of lies, but now it's my turn to watch it all burn. Lisa's web of lies unraveling, faster than could keep up. After Megan's call, full scope of her deception started to come into focus. This isn't just betrayal of our marriage. It's scorched earth campaign that left no one untouched. Next morning, lawyer calls. Robert, she begins, tone measured. I've gone through everything you sent me. Andrew's evidence, Charlotte's email, the messages. We're looking at pattern of behavior. That could support claims of emotional abuse and marital fraud. Term feels heavy, final, but makes sense. Isabel hadn't just been unfaithful. She'd built our life on manipulation, using me as convenient backdrop. For her double life, what are our options? Ask, gripping phone. We can move forward with divorce proceedings. As planned, she says. But given new evidence, we could pursue settlement that protects your assets and limits her ability to make claims against you. Do it, say without hesitation. Make sure she gets exactly what she deserves. Nothing. By midday, storm hits. Isabel calls again, her voice frantic. Robert, we need to talk, she says. Confidence she'd wielded just days ago, now replaced with desperation. There's nothing to talk about, reply coldly. Please, she pleads. You're ruining my life. People are turning on me. Can't even go to work without someone giving me that look. Laugh bitterly. You mean look you deserve? Welcome to consequences of your actions, Isabel. She falls silent for a moment, then shifts tactics. You don't have to do this, she says. Voice softer now. We can fix this, Robert. We can work it out. Her words make me pause, but only for a moment. Fix it? Repeat incredulously. You spent years lying to me, cheating on me, and humiliating me? What exactly is there to fix, Isabel? You know we're done. Robert, you betrayed me. Shattered my trust. Cut her off. Voice firm. So just sign papers and let me walk away. Her tone shifts again, venom creeping in. You're going to regret this, she hisses. Maybe, say. Voice calm. But not as much as you'll regret everything you've done. End call. Heart pounding. That evening, get another unexpected message. This time from Charlotte. Hey, don't know if you've seen this yet, but Isabel's been posting things about you. Feel stomach drop. Open screenshots Charlotte sent. Isabel taken to social media, spinning her own narrative. I'm going through a difficult time right now. Some people are intent on tearing me down, but I won't let them. It's sad when bitterness consumes someone to point where they attack person they once loved. #stay strong, #truth will out. Comments are mixed bag. Some of her friends offer sympathy, but others aren't buying it. This doesn't add up, Isabel. What's really going on? Didn't Robert post proof? Looks like he's telling truth. Forward screenshots to lawyer. Next morning, Megan calls again, this time with shaky urgency. You need to know something, she says. Isabel's spiraling. She's reaching out to everyone, trying to spin this her way. She even tried to tell me you were abusive. Clenched jaw. And what did you say? I told her I wasn't playing along anymore, Megan says, voice resolute. But Robert, she's desperate. She's not going to stop. Unless someone stops her. Moment of reckoning comes that afternoon, when Isabel shows up at house unannounced. Hear her car pull into driveway. Feel jolt of anger. She has no right to be here. Open door. She's standing there, rain-soaked and wild-eyed, clutching folder. Robert, she starts, voice trembling. Please, just let me explain. There's nothing to explain, say. Tone ice cold. She steps forward, holding folder out to me. You don't understand. This wasn't just about us. I was lost, okay? I made mistakes, but I didn't mean to hurt you. Don't take folder. Instead, cross arms. Stare at her. Lost mistakes? You didn't just hurt me, Isabel. You destroyed everything we had. And now you want sympathy? Tears well up in her eyes, but feel like another performance. I don't know what else to say, she whispers. Then don't say anything, reply. Sign papers. Leave. And don't come back. She looks at me for a long moment, then drops folder at feet, walks back to car. Watch her drive away. Pick up folder. Open it. Inside are more messages, photos and emails, evidence of just how far her lies had gone. It isn't apology. It's plea for pity. But don't feel pity. Feel free. Rain picks up as Isabel's car disappears. Her desperate visit leaving nothing but tension. Close door. Stare at folder she dropped. Contents still spilling out. Part of me wants to shove it straight into shredder. But curiosity or maybe masochism wins out. Spread papers across dining table. It's mess of emails. Screenshots. Handwritten notes. Some of it redundant. Old lies already uncovered. But there are new revelations too. Each one like another crack. And Foundation of Life thought I knew. One email stands out. Sent from Isabel to her friend Amanda. Just weeks before blow up. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. Robert's been so suspicious lately. And Andrew is getting impatient. Feel like everything is closing in. But if I can keep them both in line a little longer, maybe I'll figure something out. Keep them both in line. Words burn into brain. This isn't just infidelity. It's manipulation on level couldn't have imagined. She wasn't lost, confused, or acting out of desperation. Isabel had been juggling lies, like career con artist, using people until they became inconvenient. And I had been her most convenient tool of all. Pack folder back up. Add it to growing pile of evidence, already compiled for lawyer. Isabel might have been trying to elicit sympathy with this stunt, but all she'd done was hand me another weapon. As finished tidying up, phone buzzes. Another message from Charlotte. Just heard Isabel's latest. She's telling people you cheated on her. Thought you should know. Hands tighten around phone. The audacity is unreal. Isabel's new strategy isn't just damage control. It's full-blown character assassination. Thanks, reply. I'll handle it, but handling it means taking gloves off. Next day, send everything to lawyer. Want this filed today? Tell her over phone. And make sure she knows we're including every single piece of evidence. In proceedings, I'm done playing nice. You've got strong case, Robert, she replies. With what you've provided, she'll have no leg to stand on. But be prepared. She might lash out even harder. I'm ready, say, and for first time, mean it. That evening, fallout from Isabel's smear campaign hits peak. Mutual friends start reaching out, asking what's going on. Keep responses brief and factual. Let evidence speak for itself. But one call stands out. Isabel's mother. Robert, she says, voice quiet and strained. Need to know truth. Isabel's been saying some disturbing things about you. Take deep breath. Isabel's parents always been wild card. Doting on her one moment, calling her out next, but they deserve to know truth. She's lying, say, voice steady. I'm not perfect, but I never cheated, and I never mistreated her. She's one who broke our marriage, not me. Long silence on other end. Finally, her mother sighs. Had feeling. Isabel's always been difficult, but this is too far. She's going to try and turn everyone against me, say. But I'm not going to let her rewrite story. Her mother hesitates before replying. Do what you need to do, Robert. I won't stand in your way. Next day, get call from lawyer. Isabel signed final agreement, she says. It's over. Relief is immediate, like weight lifted off chest. Isabel had caved, probably realizing she couldn't win. She tried to save face, but in end her lies had boxed her in. It's about time, Saya. Now comes hard part, lawyer adds. Moving on, she wasn't wrong. That evening sit alone in house, surrounded by remnants of life. No longer want. Quiet isn't oppressive anymore. It's peaceful. For first time in years, feel like can breathe. Isabel had taken so much from me, but she hadn't broken me. She'd forced me to see truth, even when it hurt, and now could finally start putting pieces back together. Pour myself drink. Raise glass to empty room. To truth, say quietly. And for first time in long time, feel free. Silence of house feels different now. Less like accusation, more like blank slate. Spend days after Isabel's departure, dismantling everything she left behind. Her clothes, her trinkets, even her favorite mug, that used to sit in cabinet. Mocking me. Pack it all into boxes. Leave them by curb. Each item feels like weight lifted. Like clearing out not just clutter, but grip her lies had held over my life. But even as move forward. Aftermath of Isabel's destruction follows like shadow. Friends drift in and out. Some too wary to pick sides. Others firmly in my corner. Then there are messages. Apologies from people who believed Isabel's lies. Accusations from those who still do. And quiet sympathy of those who don't know what to say. It's exhausting. One night find myself staring at evidence gathered. Screenshots, emails, texts, all still there. Neatly organized in folders. Lawyer had returned after divorce finalized. Think about burning it, letting it all go up in flames. Erasing painful reminder of what endured. But as reach for lighter, hesitate. This isn't just reminder of pain. It's reminder of survival. Had faced worst of Isabel's deceit. Come out other side. If destroy evidence. It wouldn't erase what happened. Would erase proof of how far come. So instead of burning it, pack it all into box. Shove it in attic, where it can gather dust. Fade into background of my life. Week later, get call from unexpected person. Charlotte, hope I'm not overstepping, she says cautiously. Just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Her voice warm, genuine, catches me off guard. Not used to kindness. In wake of Isabel's destruction. I'm fine, reply. Though words feel hollow, she hesitates, then says, you don't have to be fine. I mean, what Isabel did to you? It wasn't just unfair, it was cruel. I know because I've been there too. There's vulnerability in her words. Hadn't expected, for first time in weeks, feel like not alone. Talk for hours, trading stories, unraveling layers of manipulation. Isabel had wrapped around both of us. By time call ends, feel something hadn't felt in months. Hope, next few weeks are blur of rebuilding. Throw myself into work, reconnect with old friends, start finding pieces of self hadn't realized had lost. But most unexpected change comes from Charlotte. Start talking more often. Not just about Isabel, but about life, books, music, travel, everything in between. It's refreshing. Reminder that connection could exist without ulterior motives or hidden agendas. She had been through own battles, but carried herself with strength that was quietly inspiring. One evening, Charlotte and I meet for coffee. Not date, at least not officially, but as sit across from each other, laughing over shared stories and bad jokes. Feel something shift. For so long, Isabel's betrayal had been center of my world. But now sitting there with Charlotte, realize it doesn't have to define me. Scars still there, always will be. But scars aren't sign of weakness. They're proof that survived. That night, as drive home, find myself smiling. First time in what feels like forever. Isabel's lies had torn life apart, but they hadn't destroyed me. And now, piece by piece, finally putting myself back together. Months pass. Wounds Isabel left behind begin to heal. House no longer feels like graveyard. Of broken trust, feels like mine. Repaint walls, rearrange furniture, throw out last remnants of her presence. Every change is small act of reclaiming my life. Legal process is done. Divorce finalized. Isabel officially out of my world. She tried to stir up trouble. During proceedings, of course. But her lies fell apart under scrutiny. My lawyer handled it brilliantly, leaving her with little leverage. Isabel moved on, or at least tried to. Mutual friends occasionally report seeing her with Andrew, but don't care anymore. They can have each other. Whatever happiness they think they'll find will be built on same shaky foundation of lies and deceit. They both excel at, and as for me, finally learning what means to live without someone else's chaos, dictating every move. Charlotte becomes bigger part of my life than I'd expected. What started as sporadic phone calls turned into regular texts, then long dinners, then entire weekends spent together. She's careful, cautious, but there's openness to her. Hadn't realized been missing. She doesn't try to fix me or pretend not still dealing with scars. Isabel left. Instead, she simply exists in my space, bringing warmth and humor where there had once been nothing but cold silence. It isn't whirlwind romance. It isn't dramatic or chaotic. It's steady, honest, and exactly what need. One evening, Charlotte and I sit on back porch, watching sun dip below horizon. She sips her wine, her hair catching last rays of light. Find myself marveling at how far come. You're quiet tonight, she says, glancing at me. Just thinking, reply. About? Hesitate, then smile. About how never thought would get here. About how for longest time, thought everything Isabel did to me would define rest of my life. But it doesn't. It's just chapter, and now I'm on better one. Charlotte reaches for my hand, her touch grounding me. You are, and you deserve it. That night after Charlotte leaves, sit alone on couch. Soft hum of TV in background. Phone buzzes. Glance at screen. Email from Isabel. Open it, half expecting another round of manipulation or blame shifting. But instead, it's short, almost pitiful. Robert, don't know if you'll even read this, but wanted to say I'm sorry. I messed up. I hurt you. I'll have to live with that. For rest of my life, don't expect forgiveness, but hope you're doing okay. Isabel. Stare at message for long time, waiting for anger to bubble up. But it doesn't. Instead, feel nothing. Isabel's apology, whether genuine or not, doesn't matter anymore. She doesn't matter. Not in ways she once had. She's just shadow of life left behind. Lesson learned hard way. Don't respond. Delete email. Close laptop. Let out long breath. Next morning, as sun streams through windows, a freshly painted living room. Feel something haven't in long time. Peace. Isabel had taken so much from me. But in end, she'd given me something too. Chance to rebuild, to find strength didn't know had, and to discover what truly deserved. Step outside to greet day, realize not just moving on, finally free,